Today, I am going to be making an objectively correct legendary finish tier list. And that means I'm right and you're wrong. Not literally, but I know you will agree. I'm going to show you the completed tier list in a bit, but I want to put out some rules for this list because the way people scale legendary finishes is super inconsistent. I think there's a large difference from high quality and something being your favorite. For example, I have a personal liking to Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's legendary finish, the one from the BoJack movie, but I don't especially think it's high quality. I just like the cinematic. But it is possible for something to be your favorite and it also be high quality. But here are the rules. 1. There's no biases. I find the minute people disagree with something, they want to say, oh, you're biased. Well, that's just a coping mechanism, buddy. You have no logical reason to believe that. And even if you did, you can't apply it in this instance. 2. Reused does not mean bad. For some reason, the minute you see the same animation, all of a sudden it's worse. What? Does that mean it was bad before too? That's not how it works. If it's good, it's good. I swear with some of you guys, they could give Goku and Vegeta the same animation, but you guys will say Vegeta's one is worse just because it's Vegeta, and you don't know you're doing that. Reused does not make it bad. It might be a little boring because you've already seen it, sure, but the animation is great. Unless it was bad in the first place, then that's a different story. 3. There's a lot of generalization in this list. If I was to nitpick, you'd see a lot more biases in the answers, but because of that, I had to generalize the list a little bit so that everybody can be doing give or take, giving room for understanding of somebody else's point of view. So the list is more likely to be agreeable because it's not as strict as you'd expect. I tried to give a range as for what people would agree with generally versus what I think is actually the best, making this actually correct. But at the end of the day, it's actually all opinions, so I'm just forcing a narrative here. Here's the tier list. This is the finished product of me moving things. Now at the top, we have any character. If somebody said that was the best legendary finish in the game, I'd be like, hey, I don't necessarily agree for some of them, but that's not that ridiculous to say. Those guys I'm not gonna debate. I think all of those are top contenders. There are obviously some I would easily move down, but that's to my personal liking. But if anybody said, oh, this character here in the highest tier is the best legendary finish animation in the game, I would be like, fine. You know, there's no point to argue. It's not even a bad animation. We'd be literally nitpicking small pieces, even though they're all top tier and it's not far off. I think everybody can agree with that consensus. Let me know if you disagree though. I don't know why you would, but hey, everybody's different. In the tier below, we got the good ones, but if you said they were the best in the game, I'm talking number 1, I'd be like, nah, that ain't it now. That ain't it. And all of those below, none of them are better than the highest tier. They're all below the lowest tier, naturally. And from there, it just descends naturally. So we got the okay. Maybe I should have changed the tier name, but they're just not as good. We've got the average ones and then we got the mid as well. So far so good. I don't know, you guys let me know. Now there are some I wanted to discuss because people are already raging. I can hear the noise in the comment section. So I'm just going to talk about some of them in the highest tier and I'll talk about some below as well, but I'm not going to touch on every single character because I feel like there's no need for a discussion with them. I should also let you guys know that this is not ordered, so none of them should be one over the other. It's a generalization, like I said earlier in the video. Let's talk about both of these Beast Gohans first. So we have Blue Beast and Red Beast. I find that because they have higher source quality, you know, the source material is just better, their animations are gonna be better. For some reason, people like to downplay the Red Beast, even though it's pretty much one-to-one as the Blue Beast, but more refined. The colors are better. People like to argue that there's no combo, but I think even Pan makes up for it. The energy being formed for the special beam cannon just literally makes it a top tier animation. I don't know how people downplay this, and if your argument is, oh well, it looks just like the Beast Gohan LF, the blue one, well duh, it's from the same movie. Use one brain cell and you can figure out it's from the same movie, so it's gonna look the same. And even if it was reused, does the blue LF suddenly become bad? What are we talking about here? Come on, man. We have the same scenario with Gogeta Blue. Now quite frankly, I think the new one is slightly worse, but they're still top tier, both of them, easily, because the source material is just that. It's just that. There's no discussing that they're both amazing, but because we have an OG versus a new one, naturally people are going to look at them like, oh, well, this one's better than that one, or that one's better than this one, but that doesn't make both of them bad. They're both elite animations, nonetheless. Now, let's talk about a character that people might call a sneak. To me, it's not a sneak in the slightest. We've got Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku. People like to bash him because his animation is the summon animation when you get the Dragon Fist. Bro, that Dragon Fist animation is one of the best animations in the game, and just because they stripped it from the summon menu doesn't make it any worse. It's still an elite animation, easily one of the best in the game. And of course, the windscreen is beautiful. It's one of the best color scenes that we've got in the game. Really gotta get rid of that narrative that just because it's reused, it's bad. Yes, you could be bored of it. Yes, you could feel they didn't get creative with it, but it's a good animation. Why would you not reuse something that's great? And then I want to touch on some underrated ones. So I feel like people might want to downplay Fusion Zamasu just based on who he is. His animation is so good. They put in a lot of camera work in there, a lot of colors in there, the positioning of Zamasu and his body angles, all great. Everything about it is great. And Omega Shenron, big sleeper, he dropped right after the anniversary, so people weren't really paying attention. But if you re-watch his animations, there's so much going on that it makes it amazing. He's doing everything possible to get this legendary finish down, bro. He wanted that LF so bad, but the animation is actually top tier, and I feel like just because it's Omega Shenron, it's another one that people would downplay. While talking about it, I think I should just put Super 17 in that box as well, naturally because he's not a popular character, but I feel like he has the grace of being a Battle Hour legendary finish. He revealed in the Los Angeles Battle Hour for 2023, I think it was. Yeah, 2023 or maybe 2024, I don't remember. But his animation is elite. I think it's easily top 5 in the game. No cap. But that's my personal opinion. I think he gets a grace from me because I'm tired of seeing these beams, you know, and that's where my personal opinion comes in. But whether it's a beam or an explosion, this is still a high quality animation. I think I'm done with the highest tier. The rest of them are just really good to the point where I don't even need to explain why they're good. And I feel like if you're disagreeing, you're on a different planet, man. Let's go to good but not top 1 now. There are some here that I could easily move up, specifically 3 that I'm thinking of. So the 3 that I'm thinking of is Goku Black Rose, Vegito Blue over here, and Final Form Cooler. I feel like Final Form Cooler, he's got amazing colors. You know, the camera angle work on him is amazing. It's like the template for Super 17, but I just don't think it's done as good. Super 17 has a lot more going on, and I feel like it's a lot more refined version of what Final Form Cooler has, which is why I've moved them down a tier. And in regards to Rose and Vegito Blue, I feel like equally they could go both up. But the reason I haven't moved them up, even objectively assessing it, is because I feel like the combo work wasn't enough. Yes, they do big flashy attacks as well, so you get the best of both worlds. But if you just took the big flashy attack, so if we compare to somebody like Red Beast, he just does the special beam cannon, and that alone is amazing. If you're upset that it's short, you're not assessing the LF for what it is, you're just upset that there's not more. Whereas I feel like they could have improved the combo work on both of those guys. They're not bad, but if you told me they were the best in the game, I just couldn't agree with you. I also want to give an honorable mention to Bardock. I feel like this is a bias, but when he does the walk, I think that will catch a lot of people's eyes to like, wow, this is amazing. And I'll slide Super Saiyan 4 Goku in there, but those are like my honorable mentions after. I should actually put 4Q up, to be honest, but I think it's my personal bias of the way he runs up and punches, which is why I've got him good, but not top 1. Let's move into the okay section. Some people here might also be snubbed. They could have moved 1 up. For example, Jiren. I feel like Jiren's release, people just didn't want to see Jiren, so it's left a bad aftertaste. But the combo he pulls out is actually quite insane. I could easily move him up 1, but for now, I'm gonna leave him right there. We've also got Rev UI. I feel like he's a genuine victim of just having a short LF, but really it's similar to just Super Saiyan 3 Goku, who I have at the bottom. But I feel like because of the aura points and the way they've designed the character, it genuinely looks better. UI just looks better, so the way he does the flip at the end, it's way better to Super Saiyan 3 Goku, the one that dropped in the 2024 festival. We've also got Broly and Corrupted Zamasu. I put these guys in the same boat. They have these type animations where they're hitting you a bunch and then they finish you off with this big final attack. I feel like Broly's is actually nice cinematically more than Corrupted Zamasu's, but I don't feel like they're hanging with the ones above. But further down we go, I feel like it's going to be a bit more inconsistent, but I'm still right. And maybe a subtle entry for Ultimate Gohan. I feel like everybody can just agree it's just a boring animation, a bunch of combos, nothing spectacular going on. Maybe the camera work is deserving of props. I feel like it's very fitting to being okay. Everybody got that vibe, but even rewatching it, it doesn't move me in the slightest. And I feel like a lot of people share that feeling. Now we've got the average and they're just a tier down from okay. If they were in okay, it wouldn't really make a difference as the further we go down. I guess Super Saiyan Goku Instant Transmission could be one up. The one thing I do like about the Super Saiyan Goku is that his colors, for some reason, he looks like he's glowing more than any other legendary finish I've seen. It's just glowing and the animation isn't anything great to me. It's just a Kamehameha, which is why he's an average, but he's glowing, you know, so he's not gonna be in mid. Maybe I'll move him up though. And the rest of these just really lack a bit of life. Maybe Beerus is the most underrated here. And I'll also say Namek Goku. He has aura points, but it's nothing amazing, you know. Little beam attack, then he flies off. Pretty plain. And then we've got the mid tier at the bottom. Goten speaks for itself. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku, literally the most boring unit ever in Dragon Ball Legends. That shouldn't be a hot take in my opinion. He's so lame to me. So lame. I can't wait for people to be crying in the comment section because of how I framed this video. Let me know what you think about it. I think generally it's okay. Few things I could have tweaked, but I addressed it in the video. But I just wanted to make this video because I saw some discussion based on Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, even though I didn't even address him because he's just that good. It's not really a hot take to say that he's in the highest tier of legendary finishes in the game. So I didn't address him at all. It was not necessary. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button. We're on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name is Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.